Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, born October 1976, Arabic letter Aleph with Hamza above, Arabic letter B, Arabic letter Wa, Arabic letter Aleph with Hamza below, Arabic letter B, Arabic letter Ra, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Ha, Arabic letter Ye, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Ha, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Sheen, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Ye, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Kaf, Arabic letter Ra, Arabic letter Sheen, Arabic letter Ye. Alternative transliterations Al-Qurashi and Al-Qurashi is an Iraqi Islamist who is the second and current leader of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. His true identity is Amir Muhammad Abdul Rahman al-Mali al-Salbi, Arabic letter Aleph with Hamza above, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Ye, Arabic letter Ra, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Ha, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Dal, Arabic letter Ain, Arabic letter B, Arabic letter Dal, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Ra, Arabic letter Ha, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Nun, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Mim, Arabic letter Wa, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Aleph Makshara, Arabic letter Aleph, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter Sad, Arabic letter Lam, Arabic letter B, Arabic letter Ye. His appointment by a Shura Council was announced by ISIL Media on the 31st of October 2019, less than a week after the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. The U.S. Rewards for Justice program is offering up to $10 million in exchange for information leading to al-Qurashi's apprehension. Speculations about identity at the time he was announced as the successor of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Little was known about al-Hashimi, but his Arabic onomastic, Nisba, al-Qurashi, suggested that he, like Baghdadi, claimed a lineage to Muhammad's tribe of Quraysh, a position that offers legitimacy in some quarters. Al-Hashimi's name was believed to be Anam Tagar and his real name was unknown at the time. The possibility that al-Hashimi was Amir Muhammad Sa'id Abdul Rahman al-Mali was already raised on the day of al-Hashimi's coming to power, but this was uncertain at the time. Muhammad Ali Sajid, the brother-in-law and aide of Baghdadi caught in June 2019, also believed that Haji Abdullah, a top aide to al-Baghdadi, was al-Hashimi. The new leader. Rita Katz, director of Site Intelligence Group, believed that it is unlikely that ISIL would release any video speeches from this new leader or at least ones that show his face. Nonetheless, on the 1st of November 2019, United States President Donald Trump claimed on social media that the United States government had identified al-Hashimi's true identity. However, a report on the 5th of November 2019 by The National said that this does not seem to be the case and that reports indicate that Iraqi, Kurdish and American officials say they don't have much to go on. The Intelligence and Terrorism Information Center correctly speculated on the 5th of November that al-Hashimi was of Iraqi nationality. The Small Wars Journal agreed with this assessment, stating that Iraqis constitute the majority of ISIL members and would not accept a non-Iraqi leader for the organization. A report on the 23rd of December by The Voice of America expressed doubt that al-Hashimi existed at all. It stated that ISIL was possibly caught off guard and announced a name as a holding move to create the impression it is on top of things. On the 20th of January 2020, The Guardian released a report confirming al-Hashimi's true identity as al-Mala. Biography. Early life. Al-Hashimi was born on either 1 or the 5th of October 1976 as Amir Muhammad Abdul Rahman al-Mali al-Salbi in Tal Afar, Iraq. He was born into an Iraqi Turkmen family, and educated in Sharia law at the University of Mosul. After graduating, he served as an army officer in Ba'athist Iraq. After the end of Saddam's rule following the 2003 invasion of Iraq, he joined al-Qaeda and served as a religious commissary and a general Sharia jurist. In 2004, he was detained by U.S. forces in Camp Bucca prison in southern Iraq where he met Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. In 2008, While in prison, he served as a willing informant to the U.S. military in Iraq. A U.S. official stated that he did a number of things to save his own neck, and he had a long record of being hostile, including during interrogation, toward foreigners in ISIS. He presumably rejoined al-Qaeda after being released from prison at an unknown time. In 2014, al-Hashimi officially left al-Qaeda, reaffirming his loyalty to ISIL, which had previously operated as al-Qaeda's Iraqi branch. He played a key part in ISIL's capture of Mosul in June 2014. He was one of the main ISIL leaders who orchestrated the genocidal mass killings of Yazidis during the Sinjar massacre in August of that year. By this point, he had risen to deputy of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. According to ISIL, al-Hashimi is a veteran in fighting against Western nations, being a religiously educated and experienced commander. He was described as the scholar, the worker, the worshipper, a prominent figure in jihad, and an emir of war. Rise to power. Less than a week after the death of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, al-Hashimi was elected by a Shura Council as the new caliph of ISIL, indicating that the group still considers itself a caliphate despite having lost all of its territory in Iraq and Syria. Al-Hashimi's appointment was supposedly done in accordance with the advice of Baghdadi, meaning the new emir was named as a successor by Baghdadi himself. Further evidence that al-Hashimi may have been appointed as successor by Baghdadi may be inferred from the relatively quick succession of Baghdadi. Al-Hashimi's coming to power followed several days of speculation and denial surrounding Baghdadi's death among ISIL supporters. The general expectation was that al-Hashimi would become the leader of a frayed organization that has been reduced to scattered sleeper cells and the ruler of a caliphate of ashes. Some analysts believed that Baghdadi's death would likely cause ISIL to splinter, leaving whoever emerges as its new leader with the task of pulling the group back together as a fighting force. However, other analysts believed that Baghdadi's death would not have much of an impact on ISIL in terms of operational capacity, and that it was likely not to result in the group's demise, or really even bring about a decline. Leader of ISIL. On the 3rd of November, al-Hashimi's caliphacy was criticized as illegitimate by the Al-Wafa media agency, an online media outlet previously aligned with ISIL before turning against it in March 2019. It was argued that the Prophet decreed obedience to leaders who exist and who are known, not obedience to a non-entity or an unknown. Further, it was argued that the council which elected al-Hashimi did not qualify as legitimate since it lacked three qualifications for the caliph's electors: justice, knowledge, and wisdom, which the council lacked, since it had sent Baghdadi to Idlib, which had earlier been deemed by them a land of unbelief, when he would have been much safer hiding in the desert. Further disqualifying the council was the fact that the council had shed innocent Muslim blood and embraced extremism in the practice of excommunication, takfir. As a final note, the Al-Wafa media agency stated that nothing was left for a would-be caliph to preside over. You do not recognize that God has destroyed your state on account of your oppression. In 2019, al-Hashimi received pledges of allegiance from ISIL's Sinai province and Bangladeshi affiliate, 2 November, Somali province, 3 November, Pakistani province and Yemen province, 4 November, Hauran province and Khorasan province, 5 November, Tunisia province, 6 November, West Africa province, Levant province, Homs, Levant province, Al-Qaira, Levant province, Raqqa, East Asia province and Central Africa province, 7 November, West Asia province, 8 November, West Africa province, Mali and Burkina Faso and Levant province, Al-Baraka, 9 November, Levant province, Halab, 12 November, Iraq province, Baghdad, 14 November, Libya province, 15 November, Iraq province, Dijla, 16 November, Iraq province, Diyala, 17 November, Iraq province, Salah al-Din, 18 November, Iraq province, Kirkuk, 19 November, East Asia Province, Indonesia, 22 November, Azerbaijani affiliate, 29 November, and in 2020 from ISIL's Malian affiliate, 31 January. These pledges of allegiance appeared to be intended to illustrate the legitimacy and unanimous acceptance of al-Hashimi, to counter criticism that he was unknown and illegitimate. Following an attack on the Tajikistan-Uzbekistan border that killed 17 people on the 7th of November, the attackers declared allegiance to al-Hashimi prior to the attack. According to journalist Rukmini Kalimaki. On the 23rd of December 2019, the Voice of America commented that al-Hashimi had not provided visible leadership. In contrast, the United Nations Security Council judged in January 2020 that ISIL had undergone a resurgence in Iraq and Syria. Though these successes were partially attributed to al-Qurashi's leadership, he still remained a shadowy figure. The UN Security Council suggested that ISIL feared that al-Hashimi lacked some credentials that were usually necessary for a caliph, and kept him out of the spotlight as to not endanger his position. On the 24th of March 2020, the United States Department of State designated al-Hashimi as a specially designated global terrorist, SDGT, under Executive Order 13224. On the 20th of May 2020, the Iraqi intelligence agency identified a captured militant as al-Hashimi. However, the military clarified that this was actually Abdul Nasser Kardash, a potential successor to al-Baghdadi. Al-Hashimi, the leader of ISIL, was still outside Iraqi custody at the time. See also list of fugitives from justice who disappeared. Notes. References. External link: media related to Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi at Wikimedia Commons.